lalabas po kami ngayon, kakain lang sa labas. Hindi namin alam kung anong kakainin namin. Pero wala kasi akong time magluto ngayon kasi nga super busy din ako sa bahay, naglilinis ako ng bahay, tapos nag-aasikaso ng anak. So, hindi ako nakapagluto. Kaya lalabas na lang muna kami, bibili ng pagkain. Hi mga mamshi! Welcome back to my channel. So, hayan, andito po yung gwapo mong asawa. Mahal, are you gwapo?
Oo.
Gwapo raw siya. Okay guys. Gwapo naman talaga yan, o, diba? Pakakasalan ko ba yan kung hindi? We are going to bring the noisy Tessa in the back because she's really talking right now. We're going to bring her to a little dreamer preschool. So it's called a little gym. It's kind of like a little gym, gymnastics, and they have an open house today. They just opened recently for babies or for kids. So we're going to check it out. Yeah, she's being noisy in the back because she's, I think, are you excited, Tessa? Huh, baby? Excited ka na, anak ko, no? Oh my God. So how's your day today, Mahal?
It was good. So today I got the 2018 tax returns, and overall, good year. We're in the first full year at the job, so yeah, things turned out pretty good. So that's part of the reaffirmation of us getting the house. Everything should be easy to qualify for. Now we just have to figure out how to save money over the next year.
Yes,
so
you
get a
need
bigger
to save
house.
more money again. Yes.
It's just a stepping stone. We keep going. So that's one of our biggest problems. Here in the U.S. especially, it's easy to spend money. It's really easy to spend money. We're the nation's #1 economy for a reason. We're consumers. We spend a lot of money. But I understand the Filipino culture has sort of a spend money mentality as well. We just don't necessarily have as much money to spend. We have to try to figure out how to save money. It's not an easy thing. You have to kind of work full time out here to not be spending money. And that's our next biggest challenge: to save up and be able to buy more, whether it's land or property or places in either the Philippines or in the U.S. for that matter. Real investments, not things like cell phones, which we're big on.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
great as they are, they tend to depreciate value very quickly.
Like cars, right? They do
Like
depreciate
cars.
value.
Cars,
Yeah.
That's why we buy used. That's why we don't buy new cars.
Because if you're going to invest for cars, if you're going to sell it in the next 2 years, it doesn't appreciate the value. You're just going to lose your money buying that expensive car, and then you're not gonna get the money back.
Yeah, so car is an expense that you have to have. It's just a matter of figuring out how to not buy at the top and then sell it after it's hit the most appreciation. Usually if you can buy a car that's 3 or 4 years old with 50,000 miles, let's say, on it, it's probably reached a certain amount of depreciation already that you won't be taking quite as big a hit in 2 or 3 years when you sell it again. Whereas a new car, it's shiny and new and beautiful, but it'll be, you'll take a huge, like a 25% hit in the first year and a half, which is substantial. It's not money well spent. We have a nice life, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of people out here that are.
Yes.
We aren't there.
Well, that's the thing, being like, if you're outside from the United States, if you're living outside of America, they always thought that they want to go to the US to have an American life, right? But of course, we needed to course you need to work as well for you to be able to live your dream, right? To have like what they're saying, American life, American dream.
Americans work harder than just about any other culture.
Yeah.
There's exceptions. The Chinese work really hard for very low wages, a lot of them anyways.
Yeah.
So I'm not comparing us to that, but the Americans, we don't take that much time off. We don't have a lot of vacation time compared to other modern countries, Western countries. So that comes at a price. Our big economy and our money, etc., comes at a price. And the price of that is working a lot and trying to be able to afford. Food here is more expensive. Land here is more expensive. Everything here is more expensive. So it's all kind of relative as far as that's concerned. I'm not going to say we're poor because we're not. We're a very rich country. But in order to maintain a life in this country, it's very expensive. So that's one of the things that we're faced with as a challenge right now.
Yeah, so we are not thinking to move to the Philippines soon, like live in the Philippines soon. But of course, we would like to have, we would like to be able to buy some properties there or some investments or those kind of things. But of course, for you to be able to do that, of course, you need to save money.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the goal. That's the biggest goal. We would like to have properties in the Philippines, of course, to give Tessa, to give her a better future.
Well, that's what we're really talking about. In the long run, we just want to have investments that the kids can have eventually. We can enjoy them and or work them, but we want to have the legacy there left to the children, of course.
Yeah.
If we can give them a life that they can split time between two countries and kind of understand a little bit more of what the world's about, that's all for the better. So, yeah, sending money to the Philippines is an interesting thing. I know there's a lot of guys that don't believe in it because it's kind of like, for lack of a better term, taking out a new car payment without a car. But it makes a pretty big impact on the people that live there. They don't have a lot of money. There's not a lot of ways to make a lot of money. So it's hard to describe, but they're living in a third world country, and if they're outside of Manila, there's really not much there as far as what they can do or how they can produce money without working on a farm or fishermen or anything like that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense to try to take on some of that burden if you can. It's difficult and it can be hard to rationalize sending money out, but the impact is phenomenal what it can make on people's lives, a lot of people's lives. So that's not a bad thing to take on if you have that ability, of course.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because sometimes they're taking advantage of it, you know what I mean?
And that's another thing you got to watch out for. Just like if you hear about people that win the lottery and suddenly everybody comes crawling out of the woodwork. They've got problems or business opportunities or all kinds of things. You've got to kind of weed through what's legitimate and what's not. So some people are going to ask for things. Do they deserve them? Well, you kind of got to police that. And you can't just be frivolous with it because they don't understand. They think that you have hit the lottery.
Yeah.
You live in the U.S., your life must be rich. Well, no, it's not quite like that. But you can't really tell them that because they aren't going to understand. And life here costs a lot of money.
But that's the reality that sometimes even they're working, they already have a job. They have a job in that country. I'm not saying that specifically for Filipinos or just in the Philippines, like specifically, but all of the like third world country, like if you go to the other country, like in the US to work, and then your family are working in their country, like Philippines, and then they're still going to expect you to send money to them. And sometimes if you send this small amount of money, sometimes like if you send 1,000 pesos, and then sometimes for them it's still not enough. So basically, I don't know if that's taking advantage of you, of your ability to send money.
It's millionaire for a day.
Yeah. So but basically, I don't know what. I know that they have a lot of expenses as well. But if they're working, but why do they need to ask more money from your family member who works from the other country? You know what I mean? But other people are different from other people, so I don't know how they handle that.
We have a friend. It's kind of funny to people's rationale sometimes. So we have a friend that she sends money to the Philippines, but her husband is like, well, why don't you have, why don't we pool the money together, and then when my family needs money, we can give money to them, which I think is kind of ridiculous, because they live here in the U.S., they're all able-bodied workers and everything like that, where people in the Philippines don't have the same opportunities. So I get the idea of let's make it fair and what if and whatever, but it's really not a very logical concept when you consider the opportunities between the two countries. It's not a very good argument to have, and I think some people just have trouble
understanding
it, and or
your destination
parting with money when it comes right down to it. It's not easy, and I get that, but sometimes you just got to.
And in the Philippines, it's poor, and well, not everybody are poor in the Philippines, because there's a lot of
not everybody is
rich people in the Philippines, but you just needed to know, or you just needed to learn how to spend your money in a right way. Ayan guys, nandito na kami sa Little Dreamers Gymnastics. So papasok muna kami sa loob, magpapark muna kami. Okay, so hindi ko kasi namin alam kung ano yung activities na gagawin nila sa loob. So pasok po muna kami, mga ma'am sheep. So okay, Mahal, what have we decided for dinner?
Dollar General.
Dollar General? What are you gonna get there? Cat food?
No, they've got jerky. Tessa's thought it sounded good. We're almost done with those apartments. It'll be a good time to get out of this neighborhood. Not that there's anything wrong with people living in apartments. There's going to be a lot of traffic. We've got like 1,000 apartments going in around the corner from our house.
Brian is not a big fan of renting out.
What do you mean?
You don't want rentals. I mean, you don't want to live in rentals.
No. I don't want to rent anything. I want to buy it.
You always buy a house.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Always buy.
Well, when I was in Manila, though, we rented forever.
Sometimes you don't have the opportunity to buy something.
Yeah.
If you can't afford it, you can't afford it. So that's just it. But in the long run, you have to afford it.
Yeah.
You're better off buying. Otherwise, you're just giving somebody else money.
That's my husband's philosophy. He doesn't want to rent. He never rent, and he always want to buy a house. So yeah, that's him, all right.
I have rented. It's just
when you were younger. You were younger.
I learned it made no sense.
Oh yeah, when I was in living in Manila with my father. So yeah, I used to rent. I think I've rented for like 10 years. Maybe not.
Well, think of if you'd have bought something.
Maybe 8 years.
And you made payments for 8 years, how much of that money you would have gotten back when you sold the property?
Well, yeah, I understand, but of course, I am the breadwinner of the family.
No, I get it. Sometimes it doesn't work out that way, but that's the way you gotta think. Some people are like, oh, wow, 30-year mortgage. Well, no, it's not. Nobody pays them. Well, not nobody, but it's very rare that people pay those off. They always refinance, or they buy another house and sell that one, or whatever. But you're putting money into that equity, and towards the principal, and you get that money back. The part that went towards principal plus any equity you have in the house.
It's true.
If it appreciates in value. It's a huge difference. Otherwise, if you're renting, the best you can hope for is to get your rental deposit back. What is that? Usually you're not even going to get that. No!
Tessa is already complaining in the back.
She's like, you guys need to go somewhere.
Ano
We're
sinasabi
just
mo,
driving around in
Tessa?
circles. So you want to go to KFC?
What's in KFC?
I don't know, but probably no onions.
So, do you want to go to KFC?
We can try it.
Okay. Oh, I haven't had KFC for a very long time.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Give it a shot.
I think the last time that I had KFC was 2 years ago. You only have a comment. Okay, sige mga ma'am.